What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson, back with the latest and greatest on the Rio Robinson YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Tuesday, June 20th, and we're about a month and a week away from the start of training camp for our Washington Commanders. And man, am I excited to get to it. We got to make it through these dog days of summer, y'all. We got to keep things churning in the content community and keep the conversations going, because if not, I don't know how we're going to survive these next 5 to 6 weeks, but it's getting closer, y'all. And as we draw closer to training camp, there's a lot of battles, choose your fighter style competitions that Washington has going on at training camp. Left guard position, linebacker position, a lot of positions on this team. Shit, maybe even tight end. But the biggest competition, I'm going to put air quotes and bunny ears every time I say that, is what's happening at the most important position in the sport and possibly all sports, and that's at the quarterback position, the signal caller. And Ron Rivera has a big decision to make at that position. No, he doesn't, because the decision's already made. I'm not even going to bury the lead here. The question is this a quarterback competition or is it a formality? And I'm going to call it what it is. It's a formality. It is coach speak. It is a motivational gesture to make a young guy earn his keep and earn his stripes in this league. Sam Howell's the quarterback. We already know Sam Howell's the quarterback. We've heard all season that Sam Howell is the quarterback, and Jacoby Brissett is the poster child for safe backup quarterbacks. I know you guys loved our last backup quarterback. He was not safe. He either went out and won the game or he went out and lost the game. We have Mr. Reliable Backup Man, Mr. Backup Extraordinaire here in Jacoby Brissett. And I'm sure he looked Jacoby in his eyes when they signed him and said, yeah, we're going to give you a chance to play, man. I equate this to a little league coach. I don't know if you ever played Pee Wee football, ankle biters, Pop Warner, any of your local kid football leagues. The coach brings all the parents in at practice at the beginning of the season and says, I promise you, all your kids are going to play. Everybody's going to get an opportunity to get on the field, because we believe in sportsmanship and we believe in competition. And they look all the parents in the eyes and they tell them that. But when that season starts, not everybody can't get on that field, because that's not how it works. That's not how football speak works. Coaches say a lot of things. Take a lot of what coaches say with a grain of salt. I promise you, we're going to get your kid in, man. Don't ask about your kid's playing time. We're going to get your kid in the game. Jacoby's not going to get in the game unless Sam Howell gets hurt. And that's facts. Unless Sam Howell has a camp that looks like some of the quarterbacks that have preceded him here in Washington. Because as a 23-year-old quarterback, the roller coaster trajectory of the offseason, where there's ebbs and flows of ups. He's looking great one day, and he's looking like a young quarterback some days. I've seen quarterbacks, don't need to put names on them right now, they didn't have highs here. They look like ass in practice, bruh. They're throwing the ball to God on air. No defense on the field. They're throwing the ball to God in the clouds. They're throwing the ball over to us, to the fans in attendance at training camp. I've seen accuracy issues. Sam Howell does not have accuracy issues. He does not have mechanical deficiencies. Does he have things to clean up? Sure, absolutely. That's why he fell to the 5th round of the draft. But the guy has a tool bag to work with, and he's young and has upside. He's going to get full autonomy and full reins to prove himself to be the quarterback. He has to get injured, or he has to absolutely look like Nathan Peterman. You know, Nathan Peterman, the guy who threw like 4 picks in his first 10 passes when he got his first start in the NFL. He has to look like Nathan Peterman or get hurt to get pulled for Jacoby Brissett. And that is not a knock on Jacoby Brissett, but Jacoby Brissett was brought here to be a backup, a mentor, an assistant to the quarterback's coach, Tavita Pritchard. He's pretty much another coach on the field. We're not playing the backup game this year. We're not doing that. We're not doing that shit no more. But Jacoby, he's not a bad quarterback, and he's the type of backup you want. My backup quarterbacks, I'd rather have a guy with prototypical size. Jacoby Brissett is 6'4", 235 pounds. Jacoby Brissett has more than enough arm. Our last backup quarterback had the arm of my 5-year-old daughter. I'm sorry, not trying to be disrespectful, but let's call a spade a spade. That motherfucker was a noodle. It was a pool noodle, not even like a ramen noodle. It was styrofoam. It was something you bought from the Dollar General. It was weak. At least we know we got a backup quarterback that doesn't have to cut the playbook in half because he can throw outside the hashes. Don't need to see him, though. A backup quarterback is like good insurance. You pay for it, but you hope to never have to use it. It's insurance. It's an insurance policy. I don't want it to have to come to this, but if he gets on the field, it's not going to be terrible. I'm not trying to form hives and factions. Ooh, Team Brissett, we want Jacob. No, he's a backup quarterback. Let a backup be a backup. A backup's supposed to come in and be like a donut that you put on the car. It'll get you from point A to point B in emergency. You don't want to drive that motherfucker to another state. Backup quarterbacks. You can have fun with them. You can have a little Mickey Mouse win streak with them. You will not sustain success with a backup quarterback. Jacoby Brissett started 48 games in his career, so he has the experience. He's 30 and he's 18 and 30 as a starter. And last year, he finished 8th in QBR, which is an ESPN man-made concocted stat. But that's good. That shows that he's not going to absolutely throw up on himself if he is forced into a game situation. And he showed himself capable of throwing for 300 yards in a game and consistently going over 200 yards in a game. When the massage man was out for the Cleveland Browns last year, he held the fort down, and he brings that mental fortitude. He shared the locker room with some GOATs, with the Phillip Rivers of the world, with the Tom Bradys of the world. He shared the locker room and had tutelage from some of the great quarterbacks that this league has seen. So that type of wisdom will be very fortunate for a guy like young Sam, but Sam's the dude here, bro. Sam is the guy. It's clear Sam's the guy. You could tell the way that it's being postured by the team. You could tell by the way that the conversation was driven all off season. You could tell by the way that the social media team and the team is posting pictures around him, following him around per se. But Sam's clearly the guy here. And I'm looking forward to training camp because they don't need to give Jacoby Brissett any of the ones reps, bro. He knows what a West Coast offense is. He's a seasoned KG veteran. Sam needs all the reps. The joint practices, the preseason games, Sam needs to get some clock. He needs to get some tick, and he needs to show growth. I imagine he will show growth. I'm telling you, y'all, I've seen quarterbacks come through Ashburn who looked ass in practice. We don't got to put names on them, but there was a time where the media had to force saying good things about the quarterback because it looked that dreck in practice. It was nothing but ground balls, incomplete passes, and throwing the ball to Jesus. Like, let Sam cook, let Sam grow, and let's call it what it is. And what it's not is a quarterback competition, or at least a true quarterback competition, because we already know there's a guy here. We already know they want to give this guy a chance, and it would defeat the entire purpose of the narrative of the 2023 offseason if Sam's not the guy. You mean to tell me we didn't get in the quarterback discussion? We didn't try to get one in the draft. We didn't do all of this so we could start Jacoby Brissett. And then some people are like, well, what if Jacoby Brissett has a Geno Smith type meteoric rise from backup because he's finally given a chance? Bro, what are the odds of that happening? What Geno did last year was the most unicorn shit I've seen in the NFL. It's magic. It's sorcery. I haven't seen a person unbust themselves in a minute. That sounds crazy. I know the verbiage and the phrasing sounds wild on that. But a bust unbusted himself last year. Was buried on the bench for a decade. Decided I'm going to be a quality NFL starter after a decade of being in a draft bust, after being a second-round pick. Jacoby Brissett's not a bust. Jacoby Brissett is a quality backup quarterback, and that's what he's always going to be. He's going to be a great insurance policy. Like I said with insurance, You pay for it so you don't have to use it. But if you do have to use it, it'll get you out of a tight situation. You don't want to have to depend or rely on it. Jacoby Brissett, donut spare tire on your car. Sam Howell, the guy given all the opportunities to be the franchise quarterback here in Washington, and how I need the season to play out. I need Sam to either prove he's the guy we need to move forward with, or I need him to stink. And I need us to stink as a franchise so we can get in the Caleb Williams, Drake May conversation in 2024. But that's all I got for right now. Let me know what you guys think of the formality of quarterback competition. If there is a quarterback competition, what you think of it, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe as we push toward 10,000 subscribers on the channel. Let's try to get there before the end of the 2023 season. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio out.